Hello there, my name is Karen. Thank you very much for stopping by my YouTube channel on Yellow Brick Yoga UK. Thank you so much for being here. Today I've got a lovely flow for you, which is all about creating a feeling of fluidity and ease within the hip space, an area that many bodies suffer with because we sit for long periods of time, we drive for long periods of time, we're static for long periods of time. So this will be a great flow to do if ever you need to find that sense of fluidity, that you want to use your legs, feel a little bit of power, and then find some release. So hopefully you enjoy. I've got myself a block here which might be very useful for you traveling around the mat. We're going to be traveling front and back of the mat, so you can just have it nearby so you can grab it if you should need it. And we're going to start in a kneeling position. Now, if with our knees quite wide, if this position isn't a great one for you, don't let this put you off this video. You can just sit in a cross-legged seat and not really think too much about it. Okay, we're going to rest our hands on the thighs and then just roll the shoulders back and then start to think about dropping into the body and the mind. We close the eyes and we just start to assess how we feel. Firstly, from that physical perspective of any areas that need a little bit of TLC today. And also from an energetic and an emotional point of view. Maybe you feel that you're carrying something that feels heavy emotionally today, that you want to let go of. Might be a persistent thought, a nagging little critique that runs through the inner dialogue, and we can use this practice to flush that away and let it go. Maybe you're feeling heavy in the body and you just want to feel that you're able to move. So let's tune into that rhythmic flow of our breath and let that breath be the base beat of our practice today. Notice the rise of the chest as you inhale and that gentle release of the breath as you exhale. Let's take another big breath like that. Inhale. And feel that release as you exhale. From here, we're going to start to lift up with the chest, really burst the heart forward as you slide your hands along the thighs, and then exhale round the spine. Let's inhale, lift up with the chest opening up here. And then exhale, ease everything out. Let's do one more. Inhaling, rising, lifting, drawing those shoulder blades together, lifting the heart high. And then softly exhale, rounding through the chest. Bring your fingertips down towards the mat. And then these toes that you're kind of sitting on, you're going to press the big toes into the floor. And a little bit like Spider-Man, you're going to have your hands on the earth and you're just going to move your thighs gently side to side as you're in almost this Spider-Man-like crouch. So having your hands here really helps to support you. And you can just get a little bit deeper into it. And then bring those heels together as the knees stay out nice and wide, stretching your arms forward. Drop the chin down towards the chest. Breathe into the back line of your body. Stretching those fingers a little bit more, maybe even pushing your bottom back to the bottom of your mat. I'm very much near my wall here, so my bottom can only go so far. But if you've got space, you can press yours back a little bit more. And then slowly begin to walk the hands in. So as you walk them in, we're going to see if we can balance here. Bring those hands out wide and just hold. And just look at something ahead of you, your drishti. That's your gazing point. Something ahead of you that's not moving, and you will wobble. And you're going to be okay with that wobbling. Those wobbles will make you stronger. Take your arms out in front of you, and then can you push into the balls of the feet, rising up. Really use those thighs. That's it. Nice. Sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. And then bring your hands through prayer. Wonderful. I'm going to step my feet nice and wide here. And I'd like for you to sweep the arms up to the sky once again, reaching up, and then we're going to fold forward down into a wide leg forward fold. So maybe sway the hips gently side to side, just looking for that little bit of fluidity today. And then gently start to fold a little deeper. Drop the head down, maybe giving the head a little shimmy, a little shake to release anything that you no longer need or require. You can start to creep your hands all the way over to the right hand side of your body. So your left hand is going to come all the way over to hold that right leg. Breathing here. And then slowly ease yourself all the way around, folding your body over this left leg now, holding onto it with the right hand, just dropping a little bit deeper into that position. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Your block could be quite handy here now because we're going to turn our toes out, bending those knees and coming for Malasana, yogic squat. Now, if you have your heels lifted, that's totally fine. You can maybe pop a block under each heel. You can even roll your yoga mat up to protect and put underneath the heels. Or you can take your block and sit on your block. And when you find that spot, you can just be here, using the elbows to lift you a little bit more. But if you're quite comfortable without the block, you can be here. We're going to take 3 releasing breaths. Inhale, and then let it go. 2 more. Let it go. Last time. From here, bring the hands down towards the earth, folding over the legs as you extend them. Just let the head dangle. And then we're going to creep our body all the way over to the right. Your left hand holds that leg. Push down with that foot and then take your right arm up to the ceiling. Breathing here into that twist. And then slowly releasing your hand down. Let's creep the body all the way over to the other side. Just bring that right hand to your left leg. Guide your body over it to get that deep release. And then sweeping your left arm up towards the ceiling. Find that twist. And then slowly allow your whole self to melt down at the center of the body here. And you can just fold forward one more time. If you're facing the same way as I am, horizontally on the mat, let's turn our bodies towards the top now. And then just step your back foot in. From here, fold and maybe take a little hold of the backs of the legs, drawing the head a little deeper. Inhale your hands to a flat back. Rather, your hands will rest on your shins and you will create a flat back. Apologies, guys. And then bend the knees and then step back into your first downward facing dog. Because this is the first one of the practice, you might need to just bend the knees a little bit, make it a little bit more fluid. And the whole concept of this practice is that your foundations are solid and strong, and it's those solid foundations that allow you to flow a little easier with life. So let's see if we can flow by sweeping the right leg up towards the ceiling, reach it up. Bend and stack your hip whilst keeping your shoulders nice and square. Have a little look under your left armpit for your toes, and if you can see them, give a little wiggle. If you can't see them, it matters not. Slowly step that right foot to the very edge of the mat, and then from here, you're going to keep that back foot lifted if possible. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, ease it back. Let's bend that knee and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, ease it back. You're going to do one more. Bending that knee, lifting your chest. Now, let's lower that left knee to the floor. Sweep your right arm in a big, big circle all the way to the back of the mat, just opening through the hips and the heart. And then bring your right hand to that right knee. Push that knee open and then keep gazing over that shoulder. So I'm on the knife edge of that foot and I'm pressing it open here. And then bring your hands down towards the mat. Tuck the toes of that back leg once again, make it nice and strong. Step it back into your downward facing dog. Let's take 2 big breaths here. Inhale. And remember, you can move, you can do whatever feels instinctive and good in your body. This flow, you want to make yourself feel good. We're going to take the left leg up towards the sky, really reach it up. Bend and stack that hip whilst keeping your shoulders square. And then take that foot, can you see the foot. Just give it a little wiggle as you gaze underneath that right armpit. And then we're going to step that left foot all the way to the outer edge of the mat. Keeping that back leg lifted. You can have your block here as well. So this could be a great little addition to the practice. We lift up with our chest, inhale, bending into that knee, and then exhale, round it out. 2 more. Inhale, lifting, lengthening here, and then exhale, ease it back. 1 more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then gently lower that right knee down to the floor. We're going to bring that right hand to the earth, sweep the left arm in a big, beautiful circle, reach for the back of the mat, open through your chest, open through the hip space. Breathe fully and deeply here. And then you can bring that hand on the inside of your left knee, find the outer edge of that foot, and then just push the knee open. And you can continue to look over your shoulder here, breathing space, and you're manually assisting your hips here. And then slowly ease that leg back in. From this position, I'd like for you now to take your knees to the very edge of the mat, your hands to the edge of the mat, your toes come together, and we're just going to circle around. Sometimes closing your eyes and just going with the feeling of this feels so much nicer, and you're less in your head about what you're doing. So close your eyes and just feel where you need to feel that liquidy soft energy today. Maybe go back the other way. And then from here, start to sink your bottom back towards the heels. Stretch your arms out long. Fold the head down and take 2 big releasing breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Connecting to those firm foundations once again. Ease yourself away from the floor. Bring the knees in so you're in this tabletop position. Tuck the toes. Fly the bottom up towards the ceiling. Let the head just melt between the arms. Give it a little shake. And then sweep that right leg up to the sky once again. Bend and stack your knee, this time pressing your left heel down towards the floor, and circle that right knee around in space, like you're lubricating that hip joint. That's it. You might get a few little clicks. And then lengthen that right leg long behind you again. Step it to the outer part of your mat. From here, we're going to lift and lengthen, and I want your left foot to be on a bit more of a diagonal. So it's not straight behind, it's more like a diagonal. You might need your block for this bit. You're going to lift up with your chest, just as before, and then you're going to push down into that right leg so the leg is lengthened. Press your left heel down into space. So we're really pushing actively into the earth. If you want a bit more, you can flex those right toes up towards the ceiling. And you're going to breathe here into the back of your heel on the left leg and into your inner thighs on your right leg. They're going to be working a lot for you in a moment. From here, gently place that right foot down. Bring your hands to the earth and step it back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of moments to feel your ground, to feel your roots, so you can move from them with fluidity. And then sweep your left leg up towards the ceiling, reach it up, and consciously then press your right heel down to the floor, taking that left foot over to the right side, and just begin to circle into those knees, opening up here. Observing all those little clicks and tender spots. And then take that left leg up towards the ceiling, reach it up, and then step it to the very outer part of your mat. Now, I want you to bring your block underneath your hands, stepping that right foot a little bit on a diagonal. Lift up with your chest, really feel your heart burst forward, and then press down into your legs. And it's this pressing down that we're looking for. If you need to step that back foot in just a little so you're not overextending, then so be it. You can press down into that right heel as you lift your left toes. And we're going to pause here and stay here for a couple of breaths. Really feel like you're feeding the back of your legs with strength, with stability, with your ability to open and feel lighter in your body. And then slowly bend that left knee, little change coming. Step that right foot to the edge of the mat. You've got your block in case you need to use as a prop for your malasana, or we sink and lift and lengthen here. Breathing into that space. Just keep feeling your solid foundations, the feet rooting down into the earth. And then releasing your hands down to the floor, turn the toes to face forward. And then let's just go for a little bit of a deeper bend as we let the head dangle between the legs here. Creep your body over towards your left leg. So I'm really easing my torso over that leg. My right hand is going to hold the leg and I'm going to sweep my left arm up, up, up to the sky, breathing. And it's these solid foundations that are allowing me to open up. And then we release it down. Let's go to the other direction, holding onto that leg. Gently easing yourself over the leg, taking that arm up, up, up to the sky, breathing into that space. And then softly ease yourself down towards the earth. From here, toe heel your feet together. Bring your hands to shins. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold it down. Bend your knees, inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky, lifting up nice and tall, breathe in deeply, and then exhale, fold it down into the earth. Inhale to a flat back. Now we're going to change the flow here, and you might need your block on the left-hand side of your mat, the middle. We're going to turn lengthways, so I'll be horizontal on my mat and facing you, so you can see what's going on, and we're going to work from the front to the back of the mat today for the rest of our flow. So from here, inhale, lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold, step back with your left leg. Root the left hand down, take your right arm up to the sky, opening up. And then bring your right hand on the inside of the right foot. Turn to this long side of the mat and you turn your toes to face forward. And then you're going to bend into that right knee and flex your left foot up to the sky. Now I've got my hands on the floor. You could just as easily have your hands on a block. Breathe here. And then using this block or your fingertips, we're going to travel to the back of the mat. So it's strong on the legs. We're going to bend that left knee, flex the right toes up, lift up nice and tall. That's it, great. And then you're going to turn to the back of your mat so that your hands are framing that left foot now. Root your right hand down as your left arm opens up to the sky. Release your hand to the floor. Turn long towards that long side of your mat again, and this time we're going to find a forward fold. Just shake out the head, release what you need to be free from. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to pivot our way all the way back to the top of the mat, and then from here, bend that right knee, lift up with the chest, root into your left hand, take your right arm up to the sky. Now, pivot onto the outer edge of your right foot and left foot. So I'm twizzling my feet here, and then I'm lowering my hips down. And I'm going to push into the edges of the feet to rise up, reverse Skandasana, and then lower it down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rise up, and then exhale, ease it down. If that doesn't suit your body, just take a twist. Bring your hands to the earth. Pivot the foot so that you're facing the long side of your mat again. Bend into that right knee. Right hand comes to the floor. Sweep the left arm up to the sky. Maybe even taking it behind the back, lifting up through with your chest. Now reach that arm up, left arm reaches. Can you bring your hands into prayer in this side position? Lift your chest to the sky, a bit of a balance here. And we're going to use the power of our legs to move across. Whoops, and if you wobble, that's okay, I'm wobbling with you. We're going to turn our body, pressing the back of our arm into the leg as we flex the toes, turning up. And then can you take that hand down, reach the arm up, and then bring it all the way to the back of your body, lifting your chest, breathing in, and then slowly turning yourself to the back of the mat. Root your right hand down, take your left arm up. You can stay here. If this suits your body, please do. You might even take some arm circles just to fill in these breath patterns while we're in reverse Skandasana. Or you pivot onto the outer edges of your feet. You're gonna take that arm up as you push into the feet, and then exhale, lower it down. Push into the edges of the feet to come up, and then exhale, lower it down. One more time. Use the edges of the feet, and then bring yourself back to center, turning to the long side of the mat to Skandasana. Reach that arm up. Can you use the strength of your legs to pivot and move to the front of your mat, and then ease down? Okay, we're going to add a little bit extra on. Sweep your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, find that reverse Skandasana. Press into the edges of the feet, rise up, lower down. One more. And then lower it down. Now from here, bringing your hands to frame that right foot, you're going to push and find a warrior three. Keep a little bend in that leg. Lengthen out through the back leg. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Fly the arms back behind you. And we're not going to step that left foot all the way back for a lunge. We're going to just take it like halfway down the mat with the toes turning out to the left. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, take them back behind you. Interlace them here. Lift through your chest, squeeze those shoulders together. Root into the feet, and it's the rooting that lifts your heart up. And then we fold down on the inside of that leg. So just go to wherever you feel. Really press down with your feet. Allow yourself to gently ease down. Take a couple of breaths. Release your hands gently down towards the shins, folding here so you can hold the shins or your hands can come to the floor. Let go of everything that feels heavy. And then bend that right knee, step the left leg back. Inhale, lift the chest up. Right hand comes on the inside of that foot. Bending that knee, find your Skandasana. Reach the arm up. Open yourself up. Maybe even take that hand behind the back, finding a half bind. If you have a full bind in your practice, you're welcome to take that arm around and get it. No problem at all. Reach that left arm up to the sky. Not using your hands or hands on blocks. Come across, keeping low. That's it, nice. Reaching your arm up to the sky. Keep that toe flexing to the ceiling. Release that hand behind the back. Lift up through your chest. Flexing your foot. And then from here, we bring that hand down to the floor. Turn to the back of your mat. We're going to root that right hand down as left arm comes up. Use the outer edges of your feet. Lower your hips. Push into the edges to come all the way up. Reverse Skandasana. Lower the hips. Push into the edges to come up. And then lower it down. Turn back to the back of your mat. Push down into the left leg. Find your balance and find your warrior three. Breathing here. Make that left leg really strong. Breathe. And then with a gentle bend, step that right foot back, toes slightly turned out. Push into your feet to rise up. Push the arms back. Interlace them. Lift your chest high now. Breathe into the heart. And then fold the body forward. Folding down over the legs. Lifting the arms up. Let the head drop. Breathe here. Notice if you're locking your knee. If you are, just bend that knee a little. Use your muscles rather than hanging in the knee joint. Release your hands down to the floor, and then if you need your block, you can have them here, folding down. Breathe into the back of that hamstring. Let's start to turn the body towards this long side of the mat again, and let's find a forward fold. Holding on to the legs, maybe going a bit deeper. Start to ease your body all the way back around to the front. You have one more of this flow. So let's bend into that right knee. Sweep your right arm up. And as you exhale, pivot on the feet, land into that reverse Skandasana. Inhale, we're just doing one this time. Bring your hands down to the floor. Push into that right leg. Find your warrior three. Now, can you inhale, take this left knee in towards the chest, reach the arm up, and then step that left foot back with control. Inhale, reach up with the arms. Exhale, take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, lift up through your chest, and then drip feed your body down over that leg. Breathing in as you ease into the floor. Release your hands down to the floor. Take another big breath. Step your left foot back. We bend that right knee. And then we bring our right hand on the inside of the foot, turning the foot so we find our Skandasana, reaching the arm up, opening yourself up here. Bring that hand behind the back. Breathe into that space. And then maybe bringing the hands in prayer, finding that balance, flexing those toes. I can feel mine have gone lazy. And then we're going to move across. So we move across using the legs. Can you bring the arm and turn the body? That's it. Embrace those wobbles. I'm wobbling too. Taking the left hand down, the right arm goes up. Wrap it around the back of your body. And then let's turn to the front once again. Sorry, the back, which has now become the new front. Okay, so from here, we start to take that left arm up, open it up, and then pivot onto the outer edges, reverse Skandasana. Push into those feet, bring yourself back. Can you push down into that leg as we find Warrior Three? Lifting and lengthening here, breathing into that space. And then let's start to lift that right knee with control in towards our body. Lift it up nice and tall. And then we take our arms up, step that right foot all the way back, push it into the earth, find that pyramid, reach our arms up and then take them behind you, interlacing here. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as you lift up with your chest and then start to drip feed and fold down. Breathing here. Release those hands down towards the mat or to your leg or wherever feels good. And then slowly start to turn yourself towards the front of the mat, turning out the toes. Sink your bottom down into the earth. Elbows in. Maybe you notice that you don't need that block anymore, that your hips are well and truly open. And that feels a really lovely feeling. Take one big breath and then let it go. Okay, we're going to sit our bottom down, probably quite gratefully, and then take the legs out into a straddle. So I'm just conscious you can't see my feet there. There we go. There are my feet. Okay, so from here, you're going to bring the body weight forward, just easing down into the earth. Keep those toes nice and active. That's why I wanted you to see my feet, so they're not flopping, they're pointing up towards the ceiling. Okay, I'm going to guide my body over towards this left leg and fold here. Can you bring your left hand on the inside of that foot, peace fingers around the toes, and then take your arm up to the sky, breathing here. Keep that chest lifted. You might even want to bring it around the back of the body, opening up. Breathe into the side body, breathe into the chest. And then reach your arm up. And then slowly, big circle your body around to the other side. So we just fold over this leg. Take a few breaths here to feel that connection of your legs, this solid foundation. And then we take the peace fingers around the big toe, reach your arm up to the sky, opening yourself up. And then taking that hand behind the back, lifting up through your chest. Breathing into the whole body and mind here. Reach that arm up to the ceiling and then circle it in front of you and stay in this straddle. And let go of everything that you're holding onto and just be connected to what you feel right now. Slowly begin to press your hands down into the floor, creeping yourself away from that straddle. Gently bring the knees in. And that will feel really great to bring them in. Give them a little hug as you hold yourself for a moment, squeezing everything together to that midline. And then we're going to lie down on our backs. So just taking a moment to lie down on the earth, and then just bringing your knees in towards the chest. And we can just rock a little side to side here. And let your left leg go long. Squeeze that right knee in towards your chest. And then begin to flex your right toes up towards the ceiling. Take your peace fingers, bring them around the big toes. If you can't do that, just hold the back of the leg. You can use a strap as well. And then you're going to take that right knee out to the side. And we're just going to breathe into this half happy baby. Your left hand can just place on the hip so it avoids you rocking over. Your body wants you to kind of aid you in this, but we want to keep grounded. Breathe that sense of fluid energy into that hip space. And then slowly guide that leg back to center. Squeeze it in. Maybe take that right arm out, cactus it out. So I've got my elbow bent and I'm easing it over, squeezing into the abdomen. Breathing here. Just take 2 more big breaths into this twist. And then slowly allow that leg to come back to center, releasing that leg all the way down. And let's just swap over, bringing that left knee in now. Got your block there, you can just kick it away, squeeze that knee in, holding it there, maybe giving it a little rock just to find that ease there. Now start to guide this left knee like it's coming in towards your armpit, flexing the foot and either taking your peace fingers around the big toe or holding the edge of the calf or back of the knee, or even if you can, getting hold of the ball of that foot and just bringing it a bit deeper. So this is a bit of a deeper stretch. Your right hand can come to that hip bone. And you're just breathing that sensation of release into the lower body. Letting go of any stress. If you notice that your head is tilting back, it can happen very often in hip openers. You can just bring something underneath your head. So just taking that block, placing it or a cushion underneath your head, and you will feel so much better rather than tilting back with the neck, because you could injure yourself doing that. So find that spot that feels good. And then gently bringing that left knee to center. You can cactus that left arm out. Your right hand's just going to gently ease you into a twist. Lovely way to finish your practice, twisting and just wringing out anything that you need to. Big, big breath into your center. And just feel yourself now starting to settle down, like the earth is calling for you to rest into it. And you're going to ease yourself back towards center. Maybe just give that left knee one final little pull in. Maybe your nose comes to the knee. Inhale deeply and then let your whole self rest. Feel yourself surrender now into the earth and just be held by it. Now, if you have the time to spend in Shavasana, then a great time to spend in Shavasana is about 8 minutes. That means that you've allowed everything to decompress within you. So you can continue to just be still. You can let that video roll away. You can let the sound of this class, my voice, just drift past you and just stay still if that's what your body needs today. If you would like to stretch the arms up and overhead just to find some little bit of movement, maybe interlace the fingers and then turn the palms away, stretching your arms long and then pointing your toes down towards the mat. You are one beautiful column of energy on the earth. And then gather your knees in towards you and just take your interlaced hands and just wrap them around the knees now as you gently sway side to side. And then slowly bringing your body over to the right hand side. Just rest your head here on your arm, soft and gentle, eyes closed if you can. Notice any colors that are dancing behind the closed eyelids, any patterns, all these little subtleties that in life we're just too busy to notice. Start to use your hands now and ease you away from the earth, coming to a comfortable seat of meditation. Turn your palms to face the ceiling and roll those shoulders back. And just take a couple of breaths, perhaps noticing if there are any transformations, any changes. Maybe there are lots, maybe there are none, and that's okay as long as you are noticing, as long as you are making that connection. From this seat, I'd like for you to inhale, take the arms up above you, and then with the palms facing you, pressing that energy back down into yourself, like you're bringing energy back. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. So we lift this energy. It can be love and kindness, it can be peace, it can be joy, and then bring those palms back towards, this time, your heart. Let one hand rest there, one hand on top. Feel the warmth, feel the connection of your hands on the body, the connection of your thoughts to that positive energy. Let's take a big, beautiful breath together. Inhale and let it go. Bring your palms together and start to rub the palms quite vigorously to create your own heat, your own warmth. And then let's bring those heated palms over the eyes. Again, just let them bathe in that warmth, that darkness. And then gently flickering the eyes open, just gaze down towards your seat for a moment. And then flicker them open, bring your hands to the knees, and let's just take a big shoulder roll going back. And then just sit for a moment in everything that you've cultivated through your practice. Being grateful that you've listened to your body, that you've given some space to any parts of you that felt tight and tender today. So I thank you so much for joining me. I hope your hips feel a little bit more happy after that flow. And if you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. There's always new content coming weekly. And if you would like to give me any comments in the comments, let me know. Any requests of things that you'd like me to work on with you, I'm more than happy to do so. But thank you very much for stopping by and practicing with me. I look forward to doing it again sometime. Thank you.